I have been on the internet for a very long time, and never have I been so thoroughly eviscerated by the comment section. What could I have possibly done to deserve that? Oh yeah, I guess I did do that. I should probably confess something first. I don't actually hate Elden Ring. I was bitter in a way that's like watching someone get first place in a race while you got second. And I say second because who the fuck else is gonna compete with Elden Ring that year? Fucking Horizon or Stray? Be serious with me here. And all that time, I've been sitting in my little corner wondering why Elden Ring won. But I couldn't sit in that little corner any longer, and that's why I'm here. But allow me to cut you a deal. I will say no more negative things about Elden Ring until we get to the penultimate video comparing God of War Ragnarok to Elden Ring. You can roast me as much as you want for the decisions I make over there, okay? Now, I also have to keep a promise I made in the last video. Though y'all didn't really leave me with a lot of varying material to work with, so I think I should reiterate again. 5 comments will be featured throughout the next video. These include any question that I will answer within reason, tell me what to do next, and I will at least attempt your task once. Continue to roast me because I still need to keep the promise anyway. So with that, let's start off with a pretty important comment I got. User CE9YM6FR9J, that's my fucking password, says, you don't understand. That chest is literally so important because it takes you to a place where you can run past enemies and basically a whole bunch of important shit you need to get OP early on. Honestly, if you just looked up a few things, you'd understand how you kit yourself first out early game and then go tackle the first bosses. Yeah, no. This unfortunately has to be a comment I have to veto right off the start. I will not be using guides unless I absolutely have to. This run will be a 97% blind playthrough. I say 97% because, of course, this game was so big that I eventually saw memes about it. So here's a list of things I already know about. Now, there was one other thing. You've been yapping for 2 minutes! When are you gonna shut the fuck up? If you couldn't guess, our journey starts right here, in this hellhole of a mine. I was vastly underprepared to take on this room, and seeing as the creepy crawlies had sight on every square inch of this room, I knew there was probably only one way I was going to get out. Wait. Yeah, that didn't exactly go swimmingly. It was so bad that I thought players might have to restart if they get stuck in here. But then, some guidance was whispered into my ears. Seek down, then try tunnel. This never came as a thought to me, because in almost every game I kill everything in sight. Would I really take the coward's way out and run for my life? Hell yeah, I would. I got the hell out of there. Liar ahead. All these liars, dude. Grass! After touching grass, I went outside and it looked like I was in actual hell. But despite the danger, I moved on. The first path I tried contained all these people trying to hit me with their balls. And by God, did they have a lot to throw at me. So I was eventually forced to cut their balls off. That was until I met the guy with the biggest balls of them all. Nah. After sparing that guy's balls, I sought salvation elsewhere.
Oh, and Ross, yes, I keep an eye out for the evil-looking dog like that.
Oh shit! I was looking up at the castle. Ow! My horse! Oh my god. But then something strange happened. I was allowed the opportunity to revive at a stake of Marika instead of where I last touched grass. And without a moment's hesitation, I took it. And I spawned right next to the inner gate that led towards the exit. Finally, freedom was just at my fingertips. What is that? This horrid mutt seemingly blocked my way towards the exit, but it actually let me by with no fuss at all. Until I saw this. Stop by the shack. Why? Initially, I thought it was too risky, but having learned nothing from last time, curiosity got the better of me. Goddamn, now I have to find out what's in that shack. Guess I ain't finding out what's in that shack. Oh. I can't really figure out these Marika stakes. They'll let me use one that I never even been near, either once or 13 times in a row. If someone could explain how they work in the comments, that'd be greatly appreciated. Speaking of comments, let's check up on the next one. E.T. Brood says, "Welcome to the Maidenless Club. Please enjoy your stay in the beautiful and terrifying lands between." Thank you, Brood. It really is a nice place to look at. Well, at least the place at the start was, not here. I'm gonna fucking die here. After keeping an eye out for an evil-looking dog this time, I found another place to touch grass and ran into these particular enemies. These guys were a hassle. When I first saw one, I thought I had spaced out and missed it somehow. They were really sneaky fellows and got the jump on me on multiple occasions. It is also through them that I found out that magic damages you through shields. But through trial and error and killing this guy that wasn't invited, we made it back to where we were. But I made the stupid ass decision of fighting this random patrol.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
And someone's nuking the place. They got artillery? Where did that even come from? And to this day, I still have no idea where that came from. We met a merchant on the way out, but it wasn't Santa, so I didn't care. It was also here that I figured out what the sprint button was, and just in time, too. Circle. Oh god. Run, 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 run. Touch grass. From here on out, it felt like everything was trying to kill me. This guy from the mines and his evil-looking dog. This evil-ass-looking bird. Even this bush? Do not even think about stopping to smell the roses. I'm not even sure how Toad got in this game. And then I got cornered by a door I thought I could go through. Near it was this tree. It summoned a spirit that beckoned me to follow. But he was heading through the Scarlet Rot and some huge enemies, so I thought it was too risky and left him. But then the most unexpected thing happened. I found an old lady.
Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Okay. I tried to see if she'd sell me any cookies, but unfortunately she had none. But she did tell me where I could go get some. I think she skipped her meds that day though, because soon after she started having an episode. I was just there, lady. Are you dying? You good? I'm leaving. It was also here that I came to an unfortunate revelation. I could have just rested at any grace site to unlock fast travel again. Congratulations, you stupid dumbass! Your last 45 minutes of struggle was entirely pointless. You could have just rested at the exit of the mine and left whenever you wanted. A real showstopper you are. I don't care, just get me the fuck out of here! But before I can go, my maiden needed a talk with me. She says she has confidence in me, which is a whole lot more than I have in myself right now. She also offered to take me to this place called the Round Table Hold. But from the way she described it, it sounded like multiplayer, so I didn't bother. Then finally, at long last, we emerged in Limgrave again. From there, we killed a horse dude, avoided some wolves, and ran straight through some tentacle monsters. And then I ran into this sentient jar. Could this possibly contain the cookies I was looking for? Although, even if it was, there was some ominous signs around it. Something tells me I shouldn't. And having not learned my lesson for a third time, I decided to free him. But it turns out that third time's a charm, because it turns out that this guy was a friend. I asked him if he had cookies, since he was a jar and all. But unfortunately, he did not, but he left me with some beef jerky. So, you know, that's not nothing. He did tell me where I could get some cookies though, which was the same place that the old lady recommended earlier. With this sample size of 2, I now believe without reasonable doubt that this place is where I will finally get my cookies. I bid him farewell and I took on this town's mayor and lost. Frustrated, I took on the mayor from the previous episode and won. I got a good night's rest and woke up to find an unexpected visitor. She was only really here to satisfy her own curiosity. She gave me a bell to summon things, but I will not be using it. I'll take it though. I've never been one to turn down free stuff. After that, I've upgraded my stuff and headed towards the south. It is here that I found some crabs raving or something? I don't know. I was actually quite cautious around these guys, but once you get to know them, they're not that bad. He killed a turtle! Get him! Oh shit! Ah! After my arrest, they put me under 3,300 hours of community service. I was tasked with removing a certain type of vegetation around the area, which I have been informed is an invasive species. This is my status report stating that I have fulfilled my daily quota, culling at least 10 of these invasive individuals. I am also obligated to inform my probation officer that there were solicitors present within the property bounds. As my duty to the Humane Swamp Society, I will evict these solicitors from the area and... Oh, hell no! I need to get the fuck out of here. Give me that shit. And thus my life as a criminal on the run began. This wasn't simply an arrest, it was a death sentence. Those authority figures knew that thing was there. And all the while they had me doing some of their dirty work for them. Well, no more. I live as my own person from today onward. But the HSS, they already had a backup plan. They set up roadblocks along my escape path, which meant that the only way out was through. So in a desperate charge, I threw myself right at him. They were absolutely not messing around this time. Thanks to the generosity of a stake of Marika, I was able to start right where I left off. They're not getting me that easily. I managed to coax the artillery into killing their own men. But to ensure that I don't get blown to bits by the artillery myself, I had to go straight for it. Was this plan flawless? No, absolutely not. But did it still work though? Oh hell yeah it did. With my freedom secure, I moved on, eager to put as much distance between me and my captors as possible. That was until I ran into a woman with some suspicious vibes about her. Sadness? Behold so lonely.
Hello? Is somebody there? Might I bend your ear for a moment, please?
This girl was wrongfully accused and is also a criminal on the run, which isn't entirely relatable because I 100% did what I did. But still I sat and listened for a while. The rebels have taken to hunting her down and everyone she escaped with. However, her father, the king, decided to stay behind and sink with the ship. She hopes for nothing more than his safety, so she asked me to deliver a letter to him, begging him to let the kingdom go. And I, graciously accepted.
Please. I just want him to be safe.
Okay.
Thank you.
With our newfound purpose, we moved up the path. For about 5 seconds. I was a bit curious, and I wanted to see what the letter said, and inside was something unexpected. A YouTube comment? Godly_potato69xd19 says, Limfao, how was that a lore dump? It was like 1 minute. Pretty sure I showed it was 4 minutes, but we'll move on. You got it right pretty much though on the intro story, and that wasn't a cutscene, just the opening, with a drizzle of semantics. Great video though. To be honest, it's nice to see it from the perspective of someone who wanted God of War Ragnarok to win. This game gets crazier as you go on, so just wait. You'll be shivering in your boots. I hope you make it fair enough to play the DLC though, because it comes out in 1 month. First of all, thank you for being interested in my perspective. I really appreciate that. And second, he does bring up a good point about the DLC though. I've been thinking for a while now that once I get to the penultimate video, should I compare God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring at their base games, or should I compare them with their DLC included? One scenario would be identical to choosing the games at the 2022 awards, while the other would be examining them with everything they have to offer. Tell me which scenario you like more in the comments and I'll be sure to make it that way once I get there. Not really sure why that chick had a YouTube comment in her letter, but we'll move on. There was nothing but devastation down this path. Monsters were butchering people up in broad daylight. A completely lawless land. Which is perfect for me. Come on. With the land as lawless as this, surely the HSS would never follow me. But lawless doesn't mean someone's not gonna try and make up rules anyway. I mean, take a look at this guy. He wanted me to pay a toll to cross the bridge.
Hey you, what's up man? Give me money, please.
I managed to convince him to let me off the hook, and there was some very encouraging messages along the bridge. Good luck required ahead, and then let there be precious items. Looks like there's something good up ahead. That was when I ran into these strange tree people. A bunch of people that were so obsessed with protecting the environment that they became the environment. And due to their close ties to the HSS, they found my past crime unforgivable. I killed like one turtle, dude. Can you leave me alone? But that wasn't the end of it. Oh no. The cult had access to this frightening foliage. I had to take it down before I could spread any further. It seemed to be guarding this Faith Knot crystal tier, which I have no idea what it does yet. And at the top of the hill, I found a church. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I've been on the run for the past 3 hours now, so I was eager for some shelter, or even a place to call home. And despite not having a roof, it was actually quite cozy. The last resident left a sacred tier, which upgrades my flasks. I also found a new shield, but it seems to suck more than the one I already have, so I'll just keep what I have for now. Regardless, am I ready to call this place home? No, for there is a great evil lurking nearby. I discovered members of the eco-cultists in the neighboring hill, and they were absolutely not happy to see me. Probably because they were guarding this huge golden tree, and it is here that I met my first nemesis, an eco-cultist chieftain. Okay. Yeah, I doubt any of you thought it would be that easy, but in order to ensure that my home was protected, he needed to go. I've spent many attempts trying to take him down, but he was proving to be a resilient adversary. Until finally, my moment came. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess the stagger did reset on the last attempt. Oh, lock on. Time to die! Oh, we did it. We got it. With my home secure, I claimed my prize. Another pair of tears that I didn't know what to do with. He also dropped a YouTube comment for some reason. Firecat0 says, "In my opinion, God of War Ragnarok wasn't even in the running for Game of the Year. But not for any gameplay reasons. It's because it came out like 2 weeks or something like that before the awards were given. Recency biases aside, the game wouldn't have been out long enough to actually be properly judged. It could be the best game of the century, but if it's released the day before awards are given out, then it shouldn't even be in the running for Game of the Year." I actually completely forgot about this. I was eating so good in those months too, with God of War Ragnarok, Sonic Frontiers, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I suppose it's something to think about if we just compare God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring at their base games. Regardless, with the eco-cult chieftain gone, any who remain are bound to scatter. But as I look over the hill, the bells toll. News of my feats and crimes are spreading across the lands between, and it is then that I come to a decision. In order to ensure that I can live in peace, I was gonna have to take over the world. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, I got a surprise for you. If you say the code phrase Dreamwalker in your comment, it will get priority in the next video. Erdtree Avatar was a pretty cool boss to learn, so I'm sort of raring to go back in again. If you'd like to see more, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Until then, I will see you next time.